Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Prem back with another show, and today I have Mr. Dan as a guest, and we'll be having fun on this Halloween day, um, discussing certain things. As you see in the thumbnail, we'll be talking about horror movies, or better yet, slasher movies. But before we get into that, we will do our little weekly wrap up where we talk about certain things we find relevant to share with our guys on this platform. Before I get into anything, is there anything you want to share that you think might find important that's in horror genre that you want to share with us, Dan?
I'm probably most excited about Antlers, really right now,
Okay.
only because I've heard a couple different YouTubers give it a really good review. Charles Cochran and John Ellsworth both saw it in the theater, and they really liked it. So,
Okay. And the Toro had something to do with it, right? He produced
yeah,
it.
he was the producer. I forget the name of the director, but I think the director has a pretty good track record himself. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's produced by Del Toro. Yeah.
No, that's good. That's good stuff right there.
Yeah, the one last week, I think it was last week. Yeah, you guys did Del Toro movies.
Yeah, we
You
did like
left off, I think it might have been his first movie, Kronos. Did you ever see that one?
Mm-hmm.
The Made in Mexico vampire movie with the little
Yeah, the metal type.
medallion that had like the living tissue inside. Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, I find his movies to be very fantasy type
Right.
settings and stuff like that. Pain
Yeah.
Elaborate was really good. Definitely enjoyed that one.
Mhm.
The Devil Backward. I went to the movie theater to see that one. That was a while ago.
Yeah.
Definitely enjoyed that one. So
That was a good one. Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah, he's. I know he grew up, watching a lot of the same shows I did. I got the Complete Night Gallery series on DVD, and he does some of the commentary on those
Yeah.
episodes.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like influenced, by all those little things he saw on TV. And
Cool.
his
All right.
commentary is really incisive. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're gonna jump into some of the stuff that I found kind of interesting, and let's talk about Chucky. Since he's doing well on his TV show, I guess it's a hit. I guess it's a hit. A lot of people, even myself, kind of doubted it, like it was gonna be really anything worth watching. But so far, the episodes are really good. People are receiving it. It's getting someone like a rave review on it. So, not sure if you've seen any of the episodes, but
I haven't got to see any of it yet. I wonder what percentage of the people that are getting into it are totally new to Chucky.
I would say like well over 80%.
Yeah, you think? I was going to say over 50%. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think a few of there's a few YouTubers who haven't been too kind to the series so far, but of course they grew up watching all the movies. So
yeah, I think one thing we got to be mindful of, Dan, is that things change.
yeah,
Things evolve for the good, sometimes or for the bad, but I'll give it a chance. I think for me, it's the three golden rule of 3 episodes before I like chuck the series.
right.
So I seen the first one. I'm gonna watch 2 more and take it from there. But what I seen was a nice little setup with the first episode.
Okay.
All right. So the next thing I got up here is this. What's your thoughts on this?
Well, if this is the first I've heard of it. I like the title, Planet of Death, because one of my big problems with the first one is I didn't believe that you would have that happen only in Las Vegas and the rest of the world's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Yet the rest of the world would just leave those people in the middle of all that. Yeah. I didn't find that believable at all. So if we're talking about like an outbreak, throughout the whole world,
mm-hmm.
I find that a little more believable.
Yeah, I guess it spills out somehow. I think for me, like I enjoyed the movie. The only drawback that I had was his daughter.
Oh yeah,
she was a pain in the ass.
She was.
If she doesn't return back, I can move forward because she was a catalyst of a lot of people dying over nothing. And her reason going back, it wasn't really a good reason at all. So
no, she was very flat. She was very flat, and it was probably about half an hour too long as it was. So
Yeah, yeah, I agree with you on that. So this right here, um, this is a pleasant surprise. I'm not sure if you've seen this. If you haven't seen it, I would recommend it to you. Um, I would say this is like Tales of the Crypt, no, Tales from the Hood, but more mature.
Okay, wait. So
Uh,
this isn't the documentary?
no, this is a series. There's like four
Oh, okay.
series in.
Okay.
Yeah, let me
Oh,
bring back the picture.
okay.
Yeah,
Okay. Because what there was a documentary out like maybe 3 years ago called Horror Noir, right?
yeah. And that's
Okay.
the thing because it threw me off at first. I just happened to
Yeah.
pay attention and look at the. Hey, hey, how you doing, guy? And when I seen the cover, I was gonna glance over, but I looked back. I said, okay. So again, it's a pleasant surprise. It's like Tales of the Hood, but more mature, and it's not beating over the head with its message. You know what I'm saying? It's like you
Okay.
have to think about it, something like that.
Right.
It is a little bit more lower budget quality, but the way they shoot it and how they shot it and the acting makes up for it. I think you will enjoy it. From what they're working with, you can see that they taking it seriously. The script and stuff like that. So when you get a chance to check it out, I'm gonna recommend that to you.
Okay. Yeah, I will.
Okay, cool. So this one right here is very interesting, and I hopefully the people that's on the live stream are looking forward to this one. So they're all done. They're wrapping it up, and have to just get back to the studio and edit it and just put it out there. So I don't have a release date for this one that's coming
Okay.
out, The Evil Dead, but just hearing this news right here, Dan, that it's wrapped up is good news. What's
Yeah,
your thoughts on that?
definitely. I mean, this could go many different ways.
Okay.
It could be like the same tone as the first one, the first remake, which was very serious,
Yeah,
or it can go like the original Evil Dead 2 got into the more comedy or I don't direction. I don't really know what they're going to do with it.
I
I would
think.
kind of prefer it stays kind of serious, but I don't know.
Yeah. Well, for me, I think that's some of the classic thing that was well known about the series that it had that little campiness to it, and it had the
Yeah.
gore and it had the awesome demon special effects back then. So I'm all here for watching horror and listen to you guys. Oh yeah, I'm glad you watching it now. I think it's kind of cool, man. Definitely enjoyed it. Um, so I definitely want to move on to the next one. But again, that's good news that they wrapped up the principal shooting. So we know that we're getting closer to having another Evil Dead on our hands. Are you interested in buying a house?
Okay. Now I saw this. The article that I saw showed a picture of a house that was like a complete dump. I don't know. I don't know what that was about. Maybe that was just some editorial, some licensing they took with the editorial
hmm
content there. But I'd buy it, sure.
Hey, it's to die for, huh? But we gotta remember, like Amityville Horror, that house was itself possessed and had stuff in it.
Yeah.
As opposed to the Elm Street house, it was a movie shot and they shot in the house, so it's not
Right.
really on it. It's just a location of a famous movie, so
Yeah.
it's not really
I,
too much of an issue there.
I would put bars on the window so nobody can pull me through the front window.
Don't forget the little door.
Right.
Yeah. All right. So I got some more stuff for us. This right here is a pleasant surprise. I'm not sure if you've seen this, but it's on Roku,
Okay.
and I enjoyed it. I definitely enjoyed it. I would highly recommend this one if you haven't seen it. So I'll buy it for $1. I would too. But if you haven't seen this, I'm gonna highly recommend it to you guys. Definitely like a high end, high budget, well shot series dealing with different horror topics.
Okay.
And I was watching it then. I'm like, wow, they put a lot of money. Like each episode is like well-known actors. It's a budget for each episode. You know, it's a lot of gore. It's a lot of high body count. Like they're really taking it there. So I'm like, damn, I'm just getting up on this now.
Yeah, I never heard of it. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, that's what I was saying to myself. And my lady found it. She recommended to me.
And on Roku, the thing is, there's so many platforms now.
Yeah, see, there you go.
It's hard to keep track.
This series, 50 States Affairs. So each state is a story.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But again, man, like I said, they really kicking ass with this one. I'm not gonna hold you. They really bringing it there. So if you haven't seen it, I will highly recommend it.
Yeah, well, I'd be really interested to see what they come up with for New Jersey. You know, you remember that it was actually a TV series and a series of books. They started with Weird New Jersey, and then they did every state. And they had but it started in New Jersey. I'm very proud of that. They picked New Jersey first. So
here's something that's going down, and I guess we didn't hear about it. That's a little joke right here, The Quiet Place. What's your thoughts on the second one?
I really enjoyed it. Just about as much as the first one, maybe even equal to the first one. You know, I like the flashbacks in the beginning. I like the way they tied everything together. It didn't seem tacked on or anything. It seemed, you know, like it was very logical. I mean, if you love seeing John Krasinski on screen, you're going to be, you know, he's not going to be in it as much, obviously. But if the third one can continue with and have that same feeling of continuity, I think it'll be good.
I think it was a nice continuation, even though it started from the beginning and then it still brought us to the present time.
Yeah.
I think what a lot of big budget movies, or when the movie's a hit and they try to make a second one, is they go too big. And I think this one is saying, no, we're not going to go too big. We're going to work on the script, make sure it makes sense and it blends, you know?
Yeah.
And I think that's what it is with that one. That's why I really enjoyed it. But the director's not coming back.
Yeah.
Let's see
that could be an issue, but hopefully they'll get somebody good who appreciates the continuity there. Yeah.
Well, we had two directors so far. The one one who was the husband, he directed the movie.
Oh, right. That's right.
Yeah, he wrote and directed, and then he had his hands in the second one. So let's see what happens, you know?
Okay.
And this news right here, I find it interesting, and I'm for it. I'm here for it.
Wow.
She want to voice the devil in the new Exorcist series. So, hey, bring it. What's your thoughts?
Well, I don't think of her as having a scary voice, but we'll see what she can do. I hope, obviously, she'll get credit for it. Like, unlike the original woman who was furious that her name was left off the credits. She like almost ruined her voice doing it too, and then she goes to see it, and her name's not in the credits.
Yeah, that's
Mercedes McCambridge was her name. Yeah.
And what movie was that?
Hmm?
What movie was that?
The original Exorcist.
Okay.
She did all this voice work. She even was like, you know how she was like spitting up green stuff. It was like she had like split pea soup in her mouth when she was saying the lines, so it would match what Reagan was saying.
Oh, so she's really into it.
She went all out for it, and then her name wasn't even in the credits.
That's not it. They gotta do better than that.
Yes.
So I think that's it. Let me make sure. Yeah, that's it for the weekly wrap up. But again, I just want to be throwing pictures of this since it's Halloween through the whole live stream. So pictures will be flashing up there. And I want to get into the topic. I thought I'd try to do something different and go left instead of right, because you know everybody is talking about their favorite horror movie or talking about series and stuff like that. But I wanted to get into the underlying story of some of these horror movies. All right. So I'm gonna ask you a question. Are most slasher movie cautionary tales? What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, you could argue that. usually when the teenagers or young people engage in bad behavior, they meet an end real quick. And it's almost like a lot of times the final girl, if there is one, will be like the more virtuous one or the most virtuous one. So a lot
Okay.
of times it certainly is presented that way. Sure.
Okay. So the next question is this one for you. Folk story was a way to keep people in line and from harm's way. So basically, a lot of the stories was wrapped in if you do this, this will happen to you. Stay away from this certain area because it's haunted X, Y, and Z. Do you think it was folklore before, or do you think it's something different? What's your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of it can go back to folklore. I know in New Jersey, like actually way back in I don't know when, 1850, there were people that wouldn't go to work in the Pine Barrens because they were so afraid of the Jersey Devil.
Okay.
Whatever had happened, they were so afraid. There were factories that had to shut down.
All
And
right.
as far as slashers go, I haven't seen the documentary, but I think it's in outside of New York City. They have the Legend of Cropsey.
Okay.
And I know in the film The Burning, they called him Cropsey, but I don't know how connected he was to the actual legends. But that's like a thing up there. Yeah, there you go. Like people actually believe that he hangs out in like abandoned buildings and stuff. So,
all right. So that brings
part of
me
that, part of that could be parents telling their kids to get home early.
Yeah. So my next question is this: what's the percentage of slasher movies that use the moral breaker format? 50% or more, because in slasher movies, always sex, drugs, or you breaking any rules, you're the first one to go.
Right.
So when it comes to slasher movies, what's the percentage do you think they use this format?
It's probably
all.
It's probably, well, you know what? Some of the ones that don't are some of the ones that are probably like really poorly written and just have a weak backstory for the killer, and they don't plot holes, and just the filmmakers wanted to make a slasher, wanted to cash in on the craze and just have a bunch of kills. But I think it's over 50%. Yeah.
Okay, I agree. I think it's well over 50%. 50%. So that leads me to this one, and we're gonna talk about iconic slasher / evil entity, and that's our boy Jason. Is Jason the flagship when it comes to moral breaker enforcer in horror slasher movies? Because hey, everybody that he majority kills in his movies are breaking the rules. They say,
I think so. I mean, I guess you can say there were some proto slashers before that. Like, I don't think The Town That Dreaded Sundown gets talked about enough. But that was basically just a guy going on a rampage, and there was no rhyme or reason to it. And it never got solved, and it was kind of creepy that way. But he was just, picking random people in town. Whereas Camp Crystal Lake, everybody's confined, and he's picking off those promiscuous teenagers.
Yeah, Prometheus says yes, he is. He's the flagship. Yeah. All right, Prometheus. So I guess the next question can go to you then. What's the underlying message in slasher movies when it comes to breaking rules and ignoring moral codes? Are they enforcing people in a camouflage way to say, look, stay in line or this is the consequences with something evil? Instead of saying stay in line and if you do it right, we'll give you something good. What's your thoughts? That's for you, Dan, too.
Okay.
So what's your thoughts, Dan? So you thinking. Because, you get rewarded for good things, right? Good grades in school, productive citizen, all this stuff, right? But at the same time, if you do something wrong, you get punished by these evil entities like Jason. Or Jason's around, he's waiting for you, like, okay, if you break something, I'm here to get you, So are they on the same line? Are they, the same coin? Like, what is it?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the way it's often presented. Like if you
Hey.
Hello.
Hello.
Autopsy.
Hello, nice to.
Autopsy, right? The movie.
Close. Starts with an A.
Audition.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh!
Audition. Here we
All
go.
right, I'm going. Goodbye.
Ticket.
Oh
that.
my goodness, I like that movie. Yeah.
So,
Well,
so
and you know
did
what's
you get
funny?
a chance to hear what we were talking about?
No. I had
Sasha?
internet issues. I wanted to tell you that. Can you hear me? Yeah,
Yeah,
I had
you hear me
internet issues. So
loud and
if it,
clear.
I had internet issues. So if it cuts out or I'm delayed, that's why. The internet's been crappy all day today, unfortunately.
Okay. So the topic is this. Most slasher movies are cautionary tales in the sense that if you break the rules, you're dead.
Yeah. It became that way. It didn't start out that way, but it became very tropey.
Okay.
Because there's in the 70s, there's a lot of slasher movies that defied conventions, but the 80s kind of hit us with the same thing over and over again. And then they ended up having that type of, like, for example, the whole sexuality thing.
Mm-hmm.
John Carpenter famously said that the reason why he had the teenagers having sex was because it was the only activity he could think of that you would be so distracted that you wouldn't see someone creep up on you. Mm-hmm. He wasn't trying to make any, social statement about people having sex versus people not having sex. And then in Black Christmas, the very first person to die was the virgin girl, and the final girl was the pregnant girl who was about to have an abortion. So that's some of these things are like 80s conventions, because everyone started copying each other. And then,
all right, because I was saying here, the question was, is Jason the flagship when it comes to the moral break enforcer in horror slashing movies? Because majority of his movies, everybody that dies is drugged or sex or breaking the rules.
Well, the original one was that's how he died, because the teenagers weren't watching him. He drowned because the teenagers were busy doing other things rather than watching the children.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And in a way, it's a gender bent Psycho, where in Psycho you have Norman Bates always hearing his mother, and in not Halloween, Friday the 13th, you hear spoiler alert. Pamela Voorhees hearing her son. It's like the same. Even the score sounds similar to the score to Psycho.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So the next question is, what's the underlying message in slasher movies when it comes to breaking rules and ignoring moral codes?
That you're gonna die.
You're gonna die. Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Sometimes it's just a matter of no trespassing.
Yes.
You're just in the wrong place at the wrong time.
So that goes back to folklore, what we was talking about earlier.
Yeah.
So Michael Myers, an equal opportunity killer or a low-key moral enforcer? I'll go with Dan. You got that, Dan? What you think? Because I see you thinking, you're like, I'm not sure.
I mean, I think he's. Oh, go ahead, Dan.
No, you go ahead, please.
Go ahead, ladies. If she comes up here, I just let her go. Go ahead, ladies.
Sorry, I'm horror nerding out. It's interesting because I saw a tweet about Halloween Kills where someone says, "Oh, Michael Myers is homophobic because he killed the gay couple," and I wrote back to them, "No, he's Homo sapien phobic. He kills everyone. He killed children. He kills. He has there is no moral compass. He just kills like whoever is there." Because if you notice, even in the original Halloween, he killed, the young couple that was in bed having sex, but then he tried to kill Laurie too. Like, it didn't matter to him.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
All right, so let me go to the next question. I'm gonna stick with you, Sasha. Does this old format still work, or is it needed in today's slasher movies?
I would say it can still work if it's done smartly, because one of the things that is missing from a lot of modern slasher movies is the mystery thriller element. In a lot of the earlier slasher movies, you might not know who the killer is right away because there's a mystery thriller element. And then that adds dimension to it. And we miss that because we have so many reboots and sequels that you don't get to see a new slasher. And when you're doing reboots and sequels, everyone already knows the lore. There's nothing surprising.
Yeah.
So you know what? I agree with you. I'm gonna go to this next one. This is for Dan. Get Dan in the mix. The Scream franchise understood the morals and code rules and magnified in their movies. They are self-aware of the rules. I think that's what made them stand out. That franchise because they understood the rules and they magnified it and they just build off it. So, what's your thoughts on that, Dan?
Yeah, I mean, it's like the weakness and the strength of the franchise, and especially the first movie, because once you see the first movie, you get it. So now the sequels have kind of a problem of what to do that's fresh with that idea. But when like people are describing Scream all kinds of different ways, and when I finally saw it, I was like, oh, I get it. It's like self-aware. He's paying an homage to all these other films. But for me, like it has a ceiling. It's very good at doing that. But I wouldn't mention it like with Halloween, the original one. You know what I mean? It's almost like, I mean, it's not quite the same, but it's almost like it's not the same at all. But it's almost like comparing the movie Airplane to an actual drama about
a disaster film.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I saw a comment that almost broke my heart. Someone wrote under one of my videos, Nightmare on Elm Street was okay, but I love Scream. And I just was like, I respect that person's opinion, but I don't understand.
That will fall under the generational thing, and that will fall under like, it's what they like.
Yeah.
Now, if they would have said something and bashed it, then you could have defended Halloween, but you know, I come across that a lot, so you know it is what it is. So, what's your thoughts on the Scream franchise? You think they use this tool well? I think it helps them out.
I actually haven't watched Scream in a very long time. I saw the first one in a movie theater. I think the others I saw on video. I never really rewatched them. I just think they're okay.
Yeah,
they're not. Yeah,
they don't have like a big rewatchability for me because I got it. And then the sequels, I don't remember much at all. They were somewhat clever in the way they kept the plot going, but it was more like an extension of the first. It just wasn't as fresh. So
nice. I definitely agree with you guys. I think Scream is a well-made horror movie, but it's more popcorn on the popcorn side, if anything. But it's well made.
Yeah. By that stage in his career, Wes Craven knew how to push buttons.
Yeah,
you know, he was a master of it at that stage in his career. So yeah,
I think the studios gave him the go-ahead because they kept getting returns on the movies that he was making. So
right, yeah,
he was able to do one of those. So I guess the next one will be. Here we go. What will be today's cardinal rules for slasher movies? Give me your own cardinal rules for a slasher movie. So I'm gonna go to Lady Sasha. Like, what is it that they could get killed if they break in your movie? Like your rule, like it could be anything.
Hearing a noise outside and saying I'm gonna go check it out.
Then it's a wrap. Dan?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I guess any of those ridiculous tropes that they always fall for. I think I'm pretty much done with wisecracks after people get killed. I don't know. In general, just it's not really the same, but like just kind of sloppy writing. Like I would love to see a good. You can spend 20 or 30 minutes in the beginning of a film and lay out the backstory.
Okay.
I'd like to see that more.
Yeah, like in Prom Night. I always think of Prom Night when I think of like killers' backstories, because the whole first maybe 15 minutes or 20 minutes of the movie is the little kids and they're playing the game and an accident happens. And then it cuts to like 5 years later when they're in high school. Like I like stuff like that. Then you have a little bit of a mystery and there's a backstory as to why, like each of the original slashers kind of had a reason for why they did what they did. Like with Jason, obviously he drowned and he wanted revenge. With Freddy Krueger, the children's parents burned him alive. With Michael Myers, he's just evil and kills people. Like he has that's his reason, that he's just evil.
Yeah, we mentioned the burning before. You know, the guy.
Yes,
got burned. Yes. Yeah.
in pieces. He just had serious psychological damage from his mom.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And here's one more thing. Just don't cast the flavor of the month as like the lead or as the main character. You know?
Yes.
Okay.
Because
And cast characters that look different from each other. This was my problem with Terrifier. I couldn't tell the three girls in the movie apart. I'm like, what is that? So, oh, okay. Whereas, like, when you look at, like, I'll use Nightmare on Elm Street for an example, or even Nightmare on Elm Street 3. Those kids look nothing. Kincaid doesn't look like Joey. I'm not going to make that mistake. Nancy doesn't look like Tina. I'm not going to make that mistake.
Yeah.
Why are you casting, like, photocopies of people, and then we can't tell who's who?
yeah, and then their hair gets in their face.
Yeah.
And the lighting's not good anyway. So you're like, who is that? It's like watching an old army movie where everyone's got a helmet down to here and they're all dirty. And then 20 years later, you go, oh, I didn't know that was him in that movie.
It's like a Transformer movie. When robots get up there, you don't know who's who. That's
Right.
like the new Transformer
Yeah.
movie. But you know what, though? I definitely had a segment that I had to go back to because I haven't done it in a while. And since I have Lady Sasha up here, she loves these things. And I see her face is like, okay, what is it? What could it be? Let me hold her in suspense for a couple more seconds. And you already know, it's the speed round, Sasha.
Oh, pressure.
So, Dan, I'm quite sure you've seen these. I've done these before where I ask questions dealing with certain things. These questions are going to be dealing with Halloween. The first one is, what does the Old English word hollow mean? I see your eyeballs thinking, Sasha. Your eyes are like, you don't got a poker face because you always give it up.
Yeah, people can always tell how I feel by my face. That's why I can never lie. Oh, was that question for me or for Dan?
It's for Dan.
I'm just going to say, well, I know All Hallows Eve is the night before, which actually doesn't help me that much. I'm going to say like festival.
Saint.
Oh, okay.
The word is saint. Yeah, I did do some research on it before I put it up there. So I was kind of shocked myself. So since you said that, I'm going to go down to Lady Sasha.
My first inclination is to say Dia de los Muertos, which is like the Day of the Dead. I don't know if there's another term for it.
You said it.
Oh, okay. I thought there was. Yeah.
So you know what, Dan? I'm coming back to you.
Okay.
I'm already ready for that.
Oh, okay. That's nice.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And what American state is illegal to dress up like a priest or a nun?
What American state? The ones that aren't coming to mind, I'm not thinking of having a high Catholic population, so I'm a little confused. I'm going to say Ohio.
Alabama.
Okay.
Alabama.
I got nervous for a minute there because I was dressed as a nun on Monday. I was like, oh no, am I getting arrested?
What animal is said to bring bad luck on Halloween?
I'm going to say, I mean, this is a fallacy. It's not true, but I'm going to say black cats.
You're right.
But it depends on your culture because I read that in Ireland, black cats are good luck.
And Halloween comes from Ireland, so that's kind of surprising. Yeah.
And that's my next.
Yes, there was. He answered it.
And you answered it.
I watched part of Ethel's stream this morning, and she had Marty on, and they were talking about that a little bit.
Oh, did he talk about Samhain?
A little bit, yeah. They were talking about that. She was talking about how it was like a pagan thing, but then the church would try to sort of co-opt it. You know what I mean? And sort of make it their own thing.
Well, it's like the same thing with Christmas. Christmas trees were pagan, and now everyone.
Yeah, did you ever see that video? The God Rest Ye Merry Gentlemen video by Annie Lennox. It's a really great video visually. they got this like giant pagan Santa Claus with he's like a seaweed beard and stuff, and everyone's wearing these like costumes. My adult kids are afraid of that video.
Oh wow.
Well,
And it's not
I
meant to be
do,
scary. It just looks pagan.
a thing on Black Jack from Switzerland. They're Santa Claus. But here's the other part to the word ween: to think, to imagine, to fancy, right?
Oh, okay.
And cardinal rules. I just thought I'd share that with you guys. So when people say, don't break the cardinal rules, that's the consequences. But Lady Sasha, I'm glad you're here. Let's talk about the costume you've been wearing all week. You've been knocking them out the park.
Oh, thank you.
You've been knocking them out the park. I'm highly impressed. Me and Laura have been looking at her. And I was like, damn, let's see what you do tomorrow. And you just keep taking it up and up and up. So I think you should do that all the time.
Oh yeah, I'm getting back to the way I used to be. I'm sure I was gonna post. I probably still will. I have photos myself. This is not taking it as far as I will take it. I've done bald cap applications. I've done horror movie makeup, prosthetics.
Okay.
So yeah.
Wow.
Right.
Yeah. Well, you answered the one question. Somebody was like, "You should do some gym workout, some gym slashers," and you're like, "Well, as a matter of fact, you had that thumbnail. That outfit was great."
Oh, thank you. My sister helped me with that. She did it. She styled this wig in 80s hair type of style because she was a cosmetologist before she went to college, and she just knows how to do everything with hair. She also helped me with the Elvira wig too.
All right. Yeah. Because you comment on I guess the costume me and Lori wore for our other Halloween event when that's coming to America.
Yes, that was. I thought you were going to wear it again today.
Actually, I'm going to something right now after I leave. Get off the live stream with my daughter, and I have Maddie, pass me that mask right there, because I'm all in black. So did a great thing on the yeah, and this is what I'll be wearing.
Is it like a eyes wide shut costume? Sorry, that's where my mind went first.
Yeah, I was thinking that too when I purchased it. Me and Laura was down in Atlanta, Georgia, and we came across it. And I was like, "Oh, that's kind of cool. Let's get them," because you really don't see those masks. Like,
oh yeah,
it feels like it's not ceramic, but it's sturdy.
Oh yeah.
But it's different, it's not that flimsy stuff. So I can get behind this. So I got a chance to wear it. So Dan, I see you got that Ding poster back there. Where you get?
Yeah, I got that one over. That's a Japanese one there, and it's interesting because it has a big X. So I'm wondering what the translation is, whether it means like X the unknown or something like that. So, but I don't know. But I got the classic one. There.
Yeah, right there.
And then I have a lobby card, which is like the same size, but horizontal.
Does it have Japanese lettering before the X?
Yes.
You can use if you have Google Translate on your phone. If you enable the camera, you can hold your phone up to the poster and it'll translate what's on the poster.
Okay, technology. All right. Okay.
So you have another show you're doing later on, Lady Sasha?
Yes, at 7:30, I'm going to be part of the Candy Corn Conga Line, which Ethel Cross started on her channel 13 Originals. So it's been like over 20 channels doing this channel hopping 24-hour live stream. They started yesterday, and we've been going all through the night into tomorrow morning. So every hour is going to be a different horror YouTuber doing a live stream, and mine is going to be from 7:30 to 8:30 p.m. Okay. I think I'm right after. Am I after Trenchy, or I might be after Trash Picture Show? I'm not 100% sure.
Okay.
And what are you going to be doing? Is it?
It's just an informal Halloween party. My theme is slumber party horror, which is like those horror movies that we first fell in love with when we were about middle school age. The ones that are not too scary, stuff like Mirror Mirror or Witchboard, those type of movies that when you watch them as an adult, you're like, these aren't that good, but we liked them at that time. We're like Warlock.
Yeah.
That's another one that like at 12 years old, I loved this movie.
Yeah. Is Mirror Mirror the one with Rainbow Harvest?
Yes, and I love her name.
It's great. And I don't think anybody knows what happened to her.
Yeah, I guess she must have just stopped acting.
Yeah, but people, I think people have tried to like find her and get in touch with her, and they can't. Yeah. Yeah.
Hopefully nothing bad happened, because
Hopefully
every now and
nothing
then,
bad.
now and then, whenever an actor disappeared, my immediate thought is someone tried to touch them, or someone tried to like do something, unethical towards them, and they were just like, I'm quitting the business.
Yeah.
That even happened to Brandon Fraser. That's why he disappeared for a few years. A producer tried to sexually assault him, and he was just like, that's it, I'm not acting for a while.
Yeah.
Well, something that's happened with an NFL hockey player. He came out. It was big news.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I saw that Blackhawks player. Yeah.
Yeah, NFL hockey players.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But yeah, one more time, Sasha, just promote that again so people watching, they'll know what's going on.
Okay, it's called the Candy Corn. Why did my mind just blank out? It's the Candy Corn conga line. It's hard to say without getting tongue tied. And it's a 24-hour live stream. We will be live streaming, hopping from channel to channel to channel all through the night, which works out great because there's a lot of people that are watching in the UK and in Australia and Asia as well. So that works out great. And my live stream will be on from 7:30 to 8:30 today.
Okay. Well, this is a little short, fast live stream. I'm glad you guys participated. I will be tuning in. And Dan, thanks for coming through. Lady Sasha, I need you up here more. I love your costume. And I know
Thank you.
Knock out the park when you get your little segment in the Coggan line. So have fun.
Oh, I forgot to mention one more thing. It's not going to be just me. So daft sometimes. I am going to have guests. There's going to be a few of us on. So I forgot to mention that. Sorry.
Awesome. All right.
Great.
Well,
Okay.
looking forward to guys. Next week probably. And I have some more stuff planned for us. But thanks for coming through, and I'm looking forward to it. I'll let you get ready, Lady Sasha. I don't know if you're preparing or not. Dan,
Okay.
I appreciate it.
Nice talking to you both.
Yeah, it was nice talking to you, Sasha, for the first time. Awesome.
Oh yeah, I feel like I've talked to you before, but I
know
it's probably through chat or something.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I can't wait for Dan to get his channel up and running so we can go over there and hang out with him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You had a good start. You had a good start, Dan. Keep going.
I know. I gotta keep
So
going.
you're gonna be is that November?
Yeah, I want to do like something live. I mean, I have a few more videos I'll probably put out, but I want to do something live before the end of November. It's my goal. So.
Okay.
Bye, Prometheus, Jaw 23.
All right, guys. I appreciate you coming through, and I will be in contact.
Okay, great.
Okay.
All right.
Have fun.
Everybody.